Hello everyone, my name is Jocelyn, you may call me Joy, and I need to address some things, it looks like, about my previous video. I need to address some of the comments that were made because I was not expecting such a negative reaction. Some of you all got mad. First of all, it was not my intention at all. And I thought I should say a few words before I release my next proper video about this topic. So, from my point of view, I felt like it was a very weird reaction. I was shocked because my view of the zeitgeist, at least when it comes to people who I engage with and listen to, seems to be heading towards anti-capitalism sentiment. And the people in the comments of that previous video, like a lot of them seemed to take issue with how hard I railed against capitalism. And for the record, I still do stand by the things that I said. Does that mean that I can't have nice things ever? I don't think so. There was one person who literally, I felt, embodied that meme of, and I will try and put this on the screen, there's this one person who criticizes their society that they're in, and then this other person who's criticizing them saying, oh, you criticize society, yet you participate in it. How interesting. Like, you realize how smug and condescending that is, right? And I think some of the reason for the such a negative backlash was that some people were just getting defensive about having to work a really hard job, being in an awful situation that they resent, and deciding to take it out on me rather than the people who put them in that situation. Now, for the record, it was not my intention to attack people who work hard. And some commenters suggested that they thought that I would be pro-communism, as if that's the only alternative to capitalism. Which, in their own minds, I don't know how they managed to make that connection there, because that is a false dichotomy. That is a fallacy. I never said in that video the word communism or communist once. There was one person who actually asked what I thought rather than just assuming, and I think the best thing for me to do is just read that response. To clarify my position, I said, thanks for asking instead of assuming like so many do. I haven't fully reached a concession one way or the other. I'll even go so far as to say there are some aspects of capitalism that function well. But at the moment, its thorough takeover is a very destructive force. There is much to be gained from cooperation and learning from all possible systems, such as socialism, communism, hell, even the old-fashioned bartering has some workable merit. I was also criticised for being supposedly spoiled or ungrateful for leaving my job. Now, it was not my intention to make a poor me video. I am aware that I omitted certain details, mostly for the sake of diplomacy and for anonymity of people that I'm talking about. So I'm aware that I have presented something of an incomplete story. But I assure you that the people close to me who heard what I was going through and who saw with their very own eyes the way that I was treated at that job, those people were on my side. And they don't blame me for leaving. Essentially, I'm saying, you don't know me, you weren't there. And I would thank people who have this negative reaction to not assume anything and fill in the gaps in their knowledge themselves. One commenter was weirdly preoccupied with my parents. Apparently I must be a scrounger from them because I'm so obviously under 30, which, considering I'm 38, is a weirdly backhanded compliment, but thank you. And I look amazing. I know. It's too bad you can't be me. I seriously do question whether some of those people actually watched the whole video before commenting. I know it was long, but that's why I broke it down into separate parts. And of those comments, I decided to delete only one because it was just calling me names. Like, that's not productive. That's not constructive criticism. That's not helpful. Bye. But yeah, lashing out at someone who you know to be at a low point is a very shitty thing to do. And one of the main points of that video was that I'm taking a much needed mental health break from work, as should be the case for all people who need it. And criticizing me for that is again not something that I expected. I also want to very strongly reiterate that having mental health issues is not the same thing as being lazy. And in that video I also offered up several solutions as to how someone might contribute to society external to a capitalist system. The main thesis of my video was that why should anyone kill themselves working, struggling hard to keep running a house that you can't even afford in this economy? And I genuinely thought that more people would be on board with that message. And also the final thing I want to mention is that I was criticized for wanting a utopia. What's wrong with wanting a utopia? I'm pretty sure everyone wants to improve their lives and the environment around them. Like, don't they? And of course I understand the main criticism of that is that everyone's idea of utopia is different. But I was presenting the idea of the society that I want to live in is not something that's new to people's understanding. I pretty much based the proposal of my ideal on the futuristic societies that we see in such programs as Star Trek and The Orville, where contributions to society are not rewarded with money, but with being able to live and have needs met. Again, I thought people would be more on board with that because it's not such a new radical idea. This is in fact an idea that's been around for quite a few decades now. So that's what I felt like I needed to say about the previous video. And if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. My next video is nearly ready, so look out for that soon. And until then, non-binary is valid, goddammit. Bye for now.